I turn 18 tomorrow and I don't know how to feel. It's crazy to think that tomorrow I legally become an adult. I officially, I become an adult. I can apparently do all these things now. I can be able to vote. Um, I get called an adult. I start doing my own doctor's appointments. And, all these other things like walking into adulthood, all these different things. But I truly don't know how to feel about it. Like, it honestly feels the same. This year, I've honestly not really remembered my birthday. I actually forgot that it would be tomorrow. There's so many times I've literally forgotten when it was, and I just haven't kept track. I kind of lost that, I guess, spark or joy per se from my birthday like about 5 years ago. Um, just because like so many things would happen on my birthday that weren't necessarily the best, like my parents divorcing and a lot of these other things that just is like it just happened around my birthday, which was so I don't know, it was so weird for so many years. But in last year, I was I honestly felt a lot better. I came to this realization, this point where I'm just like, it doesn't matter what happens. I'm just so grateful to be alive. But then I was just like, I just want it to be a normal day. I just want to be treated like a normal day. That's kind of now like that's how I've kind of thought about this whole entire year, this whole entire period of just being 17 and turning into 18. Everyone's like, oh, 18, that's the big year. That's when it's going to be so crazy. You should have a birthday party. You should hang out with all your friends and stuff. But I've literally told my friends I don't want to do anything. I don't go out. Even with my family, like even the cake. Well, I'm not even eating any like sugary things until March. I'm on a bulk, but I'm also being very meticulous with what I eat and very careful with everything I eat. I'm eating very low processed food and very little sugar. Like I have almost like no sugar, but that's kind of like my focus. That's the thing. I've been in this like lock-in season. I've been focusing on growing my business, social media, and on my bulk and improving and just becoming the man of God that I truly know I need to become. It's I'm just in this stage, like I'm in this point in my life, I'm in this season in my life where everything's just focused on growing and becoming who God's told me to be. Like, I have all these different visions and these things that He's told me that are possible, like that He's gonna bless me with. But it's like I have to be able to sacrifice so much and I have to be obedient and really walk in everything that He's called me to do and just stay with that, even though it's not always the easiest. I've been in this period of isolation. I'm only turning now 18. I graduated class of 2024 with high school, so that means I'm a college freshman. I'm not a high school senior, like people would think, and it doesn't help that I have a baby face, so I look like I'm 15. But no, I'm turning 18. I'm not high school. I'm a college freshman, and yeah, I'm doing marketing. That's what I'm doing. But I'm doing online school, online community college. Because first, I want to save the money. There's no point in wasting so much money the first 2 years. Second, online. I just wanted to be able to have my own schedule. I like having my own schedule, working how I get to work. And I actually find it really well. Like even some things, like I have this bad habit of, how like people procrastinate. They'll procrastinate and wait until last minute. Well, I do that and I'll give myself like an hour. Like I'll write my whole entire essay in an hour, but I'll still get 100. Yes, I don't say that a flex or anything, but I'm just like if you ever wonder, like there's that kid that's just like he puts in like no effort, but like still does really good. I've always been that kid in school. I don't ever study. I don't really I don't really try. But I just like I try my best without I try my best like isn't showing up. I just show up and that's my thing. I don't do any preparation. I don't like school like I don't know. I've always been really good at it and always been like right near the top, very top. Like I'd be always like all my friend like, I would have my one of my really close friends and I'm like he's like at the top and I'm like right under there and he's like if you would just study you'd be like, perfect hundreds too, but I don't really study. I'm not into that. That's not how I've been. But yeah, anyway, going back, it's just being 18, it's just like all these different things. It's just like going through all my mind. Like, I've experienced so much, yet so little at the same time, I've experienced so much, especially for my age. Like, there's so many things I'm not even gonna get into in this video. I'm going to my next video, which is like to explain like my whole story of how I came to be 18, because it's kind of crazy. A lot, like, I shouldn't be alive. So many times I should have died. I literally should have been a statistic. Like, it's crazy. But this going into, like, I don't feel like I want to celebrate. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know, like, if it's not healthy. I know it's definitely probably not healthy, but I have this thing where it's like, when I'm so focused on a goal, when I'm so focused on what I want, when I'm so focused on what God has set out for me, what Jesus has in store for me, it's like I have this thing where it's just like, that's the only thing that matters. Like, I'm gonna do everything I can, as long as it abides with my morals and with the Word of God. As long as it abides with those two things, I'm doing everything I can to achieve those. And like, I'm just a very driven, a purposeful, driven person. I've been like that since I've been little, and it's a really good thing. But then also at the same time, I know it's not always the healthiest. I would say, because I'm very like well, I'm not as self-criticizing anymore. When I was younger, I used to be like, it was really bad, but now I'm good. I'm just like all fine now. But I just feel like I'm not worthy to be celebrated at this point. I'm not at a point where I deserve to have like celebration, or just pat on the back. Like, there's so much more that I want to achieve. I want to grow this channel, grow my actual main channel, be able to have the streams of income that I know I'm supposed to have, be able to reach the people, give the value that I'm supposed to reach, and it's like all these things. It's even thinking about like, marriage in the future. Like, I might be only turning 18, but these are all different things that I want to achieve, and things that I want to achieve, like within the next 5 years. And I know people will say like, yeah, but like, you don't need to worry about it. They're like, you're just saying that because of there are people online that you're seeing, do that. That now there are a lot more people like our age that are like young people that are doing so well, and you wouldn't think that way if it wasn't. But even when I was little and I didn't know those things, like, I always had like the biggest dreams and the biggest aspirations, and I would make plans. Like, I would literally have my plans out. Like, when I was little, I had my plans so set on like going to Ivy League colleges and going into automotive engineering, and then going to this, like, all these different things. And like, God changes my plans, and no, well, not God changes my plans. I follow His plan, and I stay faithful to what Jesus has in store, and just listen to Him. And now it's just like, I'm on a completely different route, and I've grown so much, and I've changed so much, and I know that's going to continue to happen. But I've seen what Jesus has, and just really listen to what He says is needed. And it's like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And it's not like I don't enjoy the journey, and it's not like I don't enjoy working out, on this bulk, and I have my chubby face right now. I consider this chubby because usually my cheeks are like all hollowed out, and I don't have any of that right now. Like, usually you can see my cheekbones really well, and you can't do any of that. And everything doesn't look the best. I even cut my hair. Like, my profile picture, you can see I have, well, I used to have very long, luscious curly hair, and I cut it for the health of it, because I didn't take care of my hair properly for like the first 2 years of growing it out, and I grew it out for about 3 years. So like, the ends were very dead, and my hair was like having a point where it's breaking off, and it wasn't growing as well. So I cut it off, and now it looks a lot healthier. Maybe I'll do a hair review one day. But yeah, and it's a lot healthier. And it's like, I'm going through all these. I'm just in this stage, like, I'm in this period where everything's growth, and it's like everything doesn't look the best on the outside. Like honestly, like, I don't feel like I look the best like before. Like, before I'd have been like, yeah, I look really good. Like, right now I'm just like, okay, I look good. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not where I'm used to being at this super high point where everything felt like it was all good. Like, I was super lean and like shredded and all this, but I'm gaining weight, and I'm doing all these things, and I'm in this awkward period of growth. Like, you're in this period of growth, like, you're in a season where you're growing, but it feels like everything's like kind of like a step back. It's like an arrow, like an arrow. You have to pull it back for it to go and progress and shoot off. And right now I'm in that stage where everything is being really, really pulled back. Like, a lot of I know I had to get in this period of isolation with online school. Cut off a lot of these people that, not necessarily cut them off, but I have to separate myself. Like, one of the words that God gave me is partition for the season of my life. And I don't operate in like just an annual year, because this one thing that God gave me is like operating in this, locking yourself into this annual year thing is such a lie. Just for me personally, not for everyone, but for me personally, like this annual, like you think this annual year and you want to live life like that. But like often you have life that's in seasons and it literally crosses points of year. And you can see that based on like how winter is. Winter is, all the way in December and it goes all the way up until like around like March. Like it goes throughout most of March. I think almost all of March or all the way until April. It's like around there. But it literally crosses like, the annular point of the year. And it's like it crosses these boundaries and all of that. So it's just like, why am I going to lock myself into thinking that a season work like a season that God has me in is just, oh, like he gives me a word and it's only for this year. But no, it's for this season, this point of time, and it's one of them was partition, set me apart from the rest by partitioning me from the rest. And that's definition. And to be separated apart from the rest by erecting a partition, so it's a separation. And he's really like closing me off from everyone else. And I don't have to be in this period of time, and I have to be in this period of growth. And I'm not no hate to any of my friends or any of that, and I love all of them. It's just like I'm on a different route right now. I'm on a different path right now, and I just really need to focus on that. And to me, it's all worth it in the end to do away with the dopamine and all these like good feelings in a moment for a greater purpose, for to move towards the goal. Like moving and achieving my goals are the things that like make me the happiest. Like I get so happy achieving goals and just seeing that happen. And like that's one thing why I love working out, because when you get to see the results, it makes me so happy. Like just seeing everything and like going through the growth process and really like suffering. I know this sounds bad, but like I enjoy that process of it, like truly feeling like you're suffering. And it's just hard, but like the results you get, and it's because no one else is willing to do it, and you get to see these results and you went through that and you just have this confidence. I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of how it is. But yeah, relating all of that, it's kind of what this season in. I'm in this season of growth and just focusing on what I need to focusing on the plans that God's given me, and just having discipline and continually becoming the man of God that I want to become the man of God that when it's time to get into a relationship, become the man of God that can go and lead my wife and like lead my children and lead all these other people, set up this community of young men, do all these different things. That is what I'm being set up for. And if I really just focus and lock in during this period of time, then it's like all of that's gonna come. But you can't always be in a state where you're like dilly-dallying, if you per se. Like you can't always be in a state where you're half in, half out, or you're like you're casually doing it. No, you have to go in periods where you're just completely immersed in it, and that is all that matters. Like that is all you. Why is there a notification on my phone while I'm recording? Anyway, yeah, you have to be in a period of just focused and just locked in, and that's kind of what I'm in right now. And it's not always the easiest. Sometimes it sucks. Some days it feels lonely, quite lonely actually. But it's all worth it, and I know it's all gonna be worth it in the end. Just give it a few months, and I know this channel's eventually gonna blow up. Eventually, just one of these videos is really gonna pick up and go viral, and I'm just gonna cascade and send all of the other channels. Right now, I'm building a catalog to when more people come to this channel, it's gonna help them even more. And then also my actual, like my main brand, Christian Noel, and to grow that. And like once I get the tools, well, maybe I just need to upgrade my computer. Like I really would like just to get M2 MacBook Pro with the M2 Pro chip in it. That is honestly good. I'm waiting for the Apple refurbished store for that to pop in, since Apple just released the M4. So I'm hoping I can get that, because that really meets my requirements. Because don't be misled by how I do things on this channel, like how I just like kind of record in front of a lamp. Like I actually know how to do cinematic stuff. I do a bunch of layering, color grading, all that, and just I know what I need, and I know I'm not gonna settle for just some random little thing, and I know what exactly I need to do. It's just finding a good deal, because I don't have that type of money to just go spend like $2,000 on a computer. That's just like I can't really do that right now. Not yet. In due time. But yeah, that's where my mind's at right now. Everything is just being pulled back, like that era, just being pulled back, and everything has a everything has a purpose. Everything has purpose within life, and I'm so grateful to be alive. And by the time this video is probably gonna go out at like midnight, so you're gonna watch this video, like all my subscribers, you guys are gonna watch this video actually on my birthday, October 31st, 2006. My name's Christian Noel, and yeah, that's it. And I can't wait to see in the future, everything that I've become and who I've become, and the leader that I've continued to grow into. Because I'm already a leader, but like growing even more, and the wise man that I've become, and just seeing all these different things, seeing fruition of God's work within my life, and I know just as long as I continue to give Jesus the glory and live according to His word, living according to what He says, and follow His plan. It doesn't matter what my flesh says. It doesn't matter what the world says. But live according to His word, then everything will be set up. Because it's like you're nothing without God. You truly are nothing without Jesus. And I don't want to say God because everyone says God now, but Jesus, like you are nothing without Jesus Christ in your life. John 15:5, great verse. Literally, that's something I actually want to get tattooed on me with like vines on it. Like maybe on like my wrist or maybe my chest, and like get vines on it. Because like, I'm the vine, you are the branches, and you can't. And like I'm gonna paraphrase it like to be quick, but it's like you are nothing without me. Like without God, without being connected to God, without being connected to Jesus, and letting the Holy Spirit flow through you and lead you and operate through you, you are truly nothing. You can do all these different things, but you're always gonna have this empty feeling within your heart. You're always gonna have this longing, like you're gonna feel like you're missing something. That's why so many people feel like they might be in relationships, they might be super rich, they have fame, they have all these different things, they have notoriety, they have all these different things, but they still feel empty. And it's because they don't have Jesus, because literally God put that within you. It's like, why would you have thirst? Like you have thirst for a reason, because you need water. You're gonna feel empty because you need Jesus. Like that is what you need. Like, you have all these things where you feel like it's missing, and it's because there's a need for that. That's why there's that empty spot, so something can go in to fill in. Like, you feel hungry. Well, that's because you need food for your body to work. You feel empty because, and you might be in a relationship and all these different things, but you feel all of that because you don't have Jesus within your life. And truly, if you just surrender your life to Jesus, and you might have went through church hurt, you might have went through all these different problems, and so many of us have, and it's hard, but you can't blame the people for what God, like imperfect people, for what a perfect God. Like, you can't blame Jesus and be like, oh, this person did me wrong, so that means Jesus is gonna do me wrong. No, He's never gonna do you wrong. But it's just people all make mistakes. We are not perfect. We are not perfect. Even as new born again believers, it's like not we live in a world of sin. So it's just, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. That is something that will happen. But so how you learn, you repent, you turn away, and you just start new. And I just really want to continue to establish a channel that I always follow Jesus. I don't ever want to become one of those people. I blow up and I have all this success and everything, and I lose Jesus. I start cussing and like living this life of drugs and trying to impress everyone with flashy things. Like that's never been me. Like, I've, no matter how like many people I've known in school, I've always been that person. Like I know a bunch of people, and like a bunch of people know me, but I don't want to be like with the like, I don't want to be in that like super popular group, because it's just like I feel like it's so easy to get lost with those people. Like those people, like, they look down, not everyone, but like a lot of them look down on other people, and they feel like they have it. They feel like they're it, but they're really not. I don't ever want to live a life like that. I don't want to live a life where everything is so focused on me, but I lose sight of Him and all of that. The one who provided me with everything, the one who gave me everything. And I know it's so easy to say that, because there's so many people that start out like that. They say that, and they like make videos like this, and then you look back and you're like, man, how do mighty have fallen? But no, that's not gonna be me, because it's like you have to set up the habits. You have to establish it. Like me, I have my devotion in the morning. I don't do anything else before that each and every single day. like I literally will not come downstairs and out of my room until I have my devotion with God. Like that is my number one priority. That's my one thing I have to do every single day. And I keep track of the habits, you know, to become the person you want to be and to stay the person that you need to be and the person that you want to be. You have to create habits, create good habits and establish them now. You know, establish a workout, even if you don't feel like it. That's something that I do. Work out 4 times a week, every single week. It doesn't matter if I don't feel like it. Just going back into that and, you know, focusing on that, you know, spending my time with God every single day. You know, you form those habits so they literally become a part of your identity and then you carry that with you the rest of your life. And that's how you don't, that's how you keep yourself from straying away into these other things. That's how you keep yourself away from becoming this person that you don't want to become. Really, really focus on that. And that's something you want to give. And I'm so grateful to be turning 18. I know there's so many people that take advantage of it. They think it's, oh, just some number. It's just, oh, you know, oh, we're just turning 18, it's whatever. And I really am so grateful. It's just, I know I have so much more to do and I have so much more that I'm growing into that it's just like, I don't want to take a time to slow down and stuff. You know, maybe in a couple years or like I'll really go and like have a celebration for my birthday. But right now it's just, I don't know. I'm just like, I have this inertia and the ball is moving, the ball is rolling and I'm going places and I can see like things are gonna happen, even though it's like I'm in this exponential curve right now. Just like I always say in all my videos, it's an exponential curve. And right now I feel like I'm slowly growing and I'm ever so slightly progressing toward, not so slightly, but ever so, you know, I'm just progressing towards, you know, eventually that curve, that pivotal moment where everything shoots up. And I don't know what's gonna happen. It could happen a year from now, it could happen 2 years, it could happen 5 years. I don't know. But just remaining obedient and faithful to what the Lord has for me, that is what is important. To lead you guys, to, you know, provide value, to build this community, and to truly bring his kingdom here on earth. Because if you don't do that, then what are you doing in life? There's no other greater thing that you can do. And I don't care if you're gonna unsubscribe or whatever. Like people who might unsubscribe or even dislike the video because I'm saying things like that, because people are afraid to say things like that, and they, you know, it's I guess more frowned upon or whatever. I truly don't care. Like I've literally been through so much, and I can tell you the one person who's always been there is Jesus Christ. Like literally the one person who's always been there, and you really have to just focus on him. Focus on, like, you focus on him and everything else in your life is gonna come to fruition. You know why you see all these different people now. It seems like so many different people are coming to find Jesus now. You see like their OnlyFans people, you know, leaving that behind and coming to Jesus. You know, all these different business people and successful people. It seems like they're finding Jesus now. It's because it's the truth. And it's like they really realize, like, if you look into the Bible, you have like almost every single self-improvement book ever, and I've read different books and I've listened to all these podcasts. There are things taught within the Bible, literally like principles and all these different things. It's just people don't want to study it, or it's like you don't hear it in a church because everyone just wants to give a little motivational message instead of speaking the word of God and speaking what's truly in there. But yeah, there's so many deep things within there. And it's like you think that, oh, like how do you get wealth? It literally says like all these different principles on, you know, providing value, you know, reaching out, like truly like even like meditating and what your thoughts focus on and how it literally can attract different things to your life. Like all these things, it speaks on all these different things within the Bible. It's just that you don't want to go and open it and really look in for yourself. And I would encourage you, even if you don't believe in Jesus, even if you don't have a relationship or you feel like, you know, the church has failed you and all that, go and read for yourself. Like this is truly a call out. And I've only made it to 18 years of life through remaining faithful to him. And it doesn't mean I've been perfect in my relationship with God, but it means that I've always turned back to him. And no matter where I've messed up, I ran to him rather than run away from him. Running away from him, like, you can't run away from God, you know? Like, running away from God is one of the greatest deceits you can ever live. It's what the devil always tell you, to run away from guilt, you know, with shame, you know, out of fear. But no, you're supposed to run to your Father, run to the Heavenly Father and turn to him, and truly, truly, he will welcome you with open arms, just like the prodigal son. The son who did so much wrong, but the father welcomed him back and gave him a new robe and gave him a ring and put on fresh sandals on his feet. And he was just so happy he came back. That's how God is with us. So that's what I suggest. Really, really just focus and grow. Just be in a state of growth and improvement. You know, we're all so young at the end of the day, but for me, like the next 5 years, there's so many things that I'm gonna be accomplished. You know, like the next 5 years, I don't want to. Actually, I will not reveal all these things. 'Cause I already have this written down for myself to look back. Cause you know, some people are weird. I don't know who's gonna watch this video, but yeah, I have all these different things that I know are gonna happen, and within the next 5 years, there's just things gonna happen. And you're gonna see it. I'm gonna document it, and of course, I'm gonna keep it and show you guys and give all glory to Jesus as well at the end of the day, and that's what's important. It just feels weird to be saying I'm almost an adult, you know, that I'm almost 18. Like this, suddenly this age, you have all this power now, but it just doesn't. It's not gonna feel any different. People are gonna ask, "Oh, how does it feel? Does it feel different?" I'm like, "No, not really, not really." I can say the same thing every year, but yeah, that's the beautiful thing about it. You know, seeing another year on this earth, it's truly a gift. It's truly a gift. But yeah, that's the end of the video. You know, you can watch this video right here if you want to watch another video of mine. I don't even know what I'm gonna put here. I think YouTube's just gonna recommend you the best video for you to watch. You can watch it. This video I recorded is different from my usual videos. So you can watch this video right here. YouTube thinks you're gonna love it. And yeah, I'm tired right now, so I'm gonna stop recording. My eyes are, very tired. Bye.